Hello, Darthvegan here, back with another episode of Kerbal Space Program Season 4. If you have been enjoying this series, please consider smashing that like button. It really helps out the channel, and it really helps out me in that it makes me happy. And don't you want me to be happy? Don't you? Don't you? Anywho, so yeah, I had an idea last night. I was saying at the end of the last episode that since I'm going to be dumping these things regardless, I bet I could take an engineer down and grab these reaction wheels and maybe put them on these little tiny satellites. I know they're going to be large for that little tiny thing, but perhaps that would help. So let's get an engineer out and see if it's even possible. Let's get Sweeney out on an EVA. And does he have his tools with him? He does not. Nobody has the tools. What? That's impossible. That's imposterous. Oh, maybe they're inside the landing can. Maybe that's what it was. Did I put them in the landing can? Let's check it out. Sweeney, he's got the Sweeney has got the joint socket and the telescopic joint, but I know I packed a drill. I keep saying wrench, but a drill and EVA jetpack as well. So maybe I packed it in here. Let's see. Nope. Alright, Nash's inventory. Well, I don't know where it is. Maybe I forgot to pack it. I know I did pack it, but it's not here, so forget that idea. Well, poo. Well, poo. Well, poo. Poo on a stick. Alright, here we go. Let's transfer the crew. Let's get Sweeney back down to his more comfortable place there. Alright, so let's talk about what we're going to do next, since my idea is not going to work. What we got here? A Tylo interaction. No, it's not. I don't want that. I want an interaction with Vall. So I'm going to set that as my target. That's going to be a problem. Guess it's Vall because it's two L's. Alright, so 5.9. But maybe we can use it as an assist as an intersection with Vall here. So let's reset that. Alright, so I want to get an intersection with the other planet there. Alright, so that's 146 Delta V. We're going to get another intersection with Tylo. Alright, we can do this. Well, I can't move my my parachutes like I had hoped because I don't have any tools. So we're gonna have to take this lander to Laythe. That's all there is to it. So after I dump this probe off, actually, when we get this intersection with Tylo, I'm gonna go ahead and dump another probe. Alright, we're going to do this burn, and then once we get into the sphere of influence of Tylo, I'm going to dump another probe. We won't try to land it, probably. We'll just try to get it into orbit of Tylo, but then we'll be that much lighter. And we can dump this last one for Vall, and then we can try to get in an intersection with Laythe with the final, and go down to Laythe. Now, probably we won't be able to get back off Laythe. So it'll probably be a rescue mission, but that's fine. We'll take a couple of scientists down there and then study the land. Okay. Here we go. Let's go up to here. And then we're going to warp right here. Boop. Yeah. Cancel that warp. Go to this warp. Auto time warp canceled. No. Now you can warp. There you go. And back into Tylo's influence. Alright. We're going to go ahead and launch another one of these. Just because. Or should I save it for Laythe? Should I? Well, it's not going to survive Laythe. It doesn't have parachutes. Yeah, but it's got quite a bit of Delta V. No. No. It's just going to be, we're just going to pop it back over to Tylo here. So, this guy here, we are just about in our ready to burn for our orbit of Tylo, so he's going to do that. I guess I better turn the engine on. That might be useful. Activate engine. There we go. Alright. And orbit. Okay. We are now in orbit of Tylo. And I guess we'll just stay there. That'll be fine. I'm too far from the mothership to switch automatically, so we're just going to switch like this. Okay. So now we only have one probe left, and then those little worthless satellites. So, we are going to go here. I guess let's set a maneuver node down here, excuse me, and see what our next orbit's going to look like. Oh my. Oh, there we go. That's pretty close. Yay. I say pretty close, but not really. So let's just go to the periapsis then, and bring in our orbit, and see if we can decrease the number of orbits we have to do here. All right. So lots of intersections happening. They're all super far away. Okay. But this should keep us from intersecting with Tylo. And that's a lot of Delta V though. It's a lot of Delta V. I might do that with the probe. But I don't want to do that with a mothership. It's too expensive. Too expensive. Look at what we got going on here. Once I launch this last probe, I might be able to dump these guys. Now we're going to do it. We're going to do it with the mothership. Yeah. We're going to try to get back with what we got. Oh, mama. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm nervous and excited. But as soon as we dump all this weight, we'll have a lot more Delta V. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go to our next maneuver node. And we're going to burn. We're going to get out of the nasty orbit of Tylo here. Wrecking us. I mean, we're still going to be intersecting their orbit a little bit. So it's probably going to be fruitless, but we'll We'll see what happens. If I bring it in just... Oh, actually, it looks like I might be avoiding Tylo, so that'll be good. Okay, so now let's add a maneuver node over here and see how many orbits will it take. Right there, 1 orbit. And then we get an intersection. Boom, you're seeing it. Stop, get off of that. God. This thing. There we go. Alright, so let's see if we can... Oh my god, that's almost perfect polar orbit. Okay, let's see if we can dial that in just a little bit here. And... maybe not. Okay. Well, that's going to be as good as it gets, I guess. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and come here. Do this little 4 meter per second burn. Of course, we have to orbit for a few days. And that's fine. We'll do this burn. And then we'll dump the probe. When it gets to the periapsis, it will do its orbital insertion burn. And then we're going to go to Laythe. Alright. We're going to go to Vall. Looks like a moon of ice. Kind of like Europa. Alright. There it is. Nice. Let's decouple this guy up here. And pop him off. Give him a little nudge. Bye-bye. Alright. Switch over to him. Extend his antenna. And get ready to get into an orbit of Vall here. I'm already past the periapsis, so I probably should go ahead and burn now. Let's go ahead and bring us into an orbit. All right. Let's go ahead and warp up to our apoapsis and do a retrograde burn to bring in our periapsis to hopefully land on the light side of the planet. And here we go. And it's going to be on the cusp of light. Let's see, high lands, low lands, mid lands, low lands. Low lands sounds good. Right there. That looks perfect. Okay, here we go. We're ready. It's going to take 1,049 delta V to get where we want to go. And we want to burn at 28,000 meters. Alright, well, here we go. Alright. Coming in fast. Let's hope that this works. Unlike Tylo, which did not work. I probably could have waited another couple thousand meters and it would have been fine. Then it would have been a real suicide burn. But I was going off what flight engineer was telling me. Not my gut. Not my gut. Alright. This one will be a little more, a little closer. It tends to do better when you're closer to the surface. Those far away burns, it does its best, but oh mama. There we go. And touchdown on this giant block of ice. Boop. Did it. Nailed it. Oh, there's like a little geyser over there. That's cool. It is just like a Europa. Alright. Let's review some data here. Let's go. Alright. I have now sent all of the science data. I'm going to go ahead and take a little screenshot here because that is a nice shot of yeah, let's do something like this. Let's block that scatter though. Okay. So now should I get back into orbit? That's too bad I can't, I didn't land any Kerbals down here to investigate those things. They probably would need a rover arm to really to get the science. Look at all of them. There's tons of them. Wow, that's cool. Alright, so should we go ahead and get back into orbit, you think? We probably have enough Delta V. Let's go ahead and try it. Let's try it. I mean, what's the worst that happens? Crash? Alright, so let's go. We ready? Ignition. Let's see if we can get into orbit. We should have enough. Let's get up to a nice, healthy amount, though, because I don't know how tall the mountains are. Let's go 30,000. That should be plenty. Alright, and then add a maneuver there. Orbit will cost us another 500. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, so can't time warp, of course. Too low. Bye-bye, Vall. Vall? Why do I keep saying Vall? Because of Valentina. That's why. Got lots of new milestones. Spacewalk in orbit of Jewel. Tylo. I can't believe I didn't do spacewalk in all of the orbits. That was silly of me. That would have been some easy money. Alright, we are ready to burn. So I'm going to do so now. And it should get us into an orbit. There we go. Let's go ahead and get just a little bit of extra up on our periapsis there. I don't know how high the mountains are, but 16,000 seems a little low. Just a little low. Alright, so let's just go ahead and bump that up to about 30,000. Or how about 50,000? There we go. Alright. So we have a nice probe in orbit of Vall. So I'm going to rename this guy to be the Vall. And there we go. Alright, so let's switch back to the mothership. And let's see what she's up to. Alright, so let's see what we can do to prep for an intersection with Laythe, which is our final destination. So let's go up to our apoapsis. We will add a maneuver. We'll bring that in and see if we can get an intersection with Laythe. Oh my. We have a severely mutated you know what, let's move this down actually to that ascending node, and let's see if we can clean that up just a little. There we go. Yep, look at that. Alright. Okay. So then that should be fine. We can do something like that. Let's see if we can get a closer approach here. That will work. 566. Okay. That will work. Let's take a look at Laythe though and see where our actual periapsis. Oh, that's perfect. Oh my god. We're gonna go ahead and do this burn. And then we'll get into orbit of Laythe. And then next episode we'll decide what we want to do there. I'm keeping it generally vague because I do not know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to handle that. So let's just hope it works out is all I can say, and that we don't have a couple of Kerbals living on Laythe, starting a colony on the rim like has happened before. Oh, hi. Alright. Bye-bye. Uh-oh. Well, I did not intend for that to happen. Did not intend for that to happen. Oh, yikes. Okay. Now. Now, let's make sure these things are not in the wrong place. Those things. These things. Alright, so that should be that. Okay, very good. These are all... they should never be staged together. Okay. But I'm just going to dump them all in one big stage because I'm not going to manually stage all those. Alright, here we go. Let's go to our target. So we've only got 38 Delta V left. We're going to have some space junk. But that's alright. I think I might just go ahead and dump these satellites here. Just go ahead and dump them. We're going to decouple that node. Boop. No use taking that extra weight with us. So this guy, we're going to just get him out of here. Oops. He can just orbit and be an extra satellite. Be happy, my friend. He can just orbit on the inner rings of... He'll probably get shot out to space at some point because he has no no control really. I guess I could control him a little bit. I don't know how much RCS he has. He's only got about 80, So it's not very much. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Okay, so for you, let's go ahead and warp up to our target. Alright, and we're going to get ready to do our burn. This will eject all of those guys. And, yeah, it'll be fine. It will be fine. Are we ready? 40 seconds. And ready to burn. 3, 2, 1, burn. Okay, separation. Separation. Bye-bye. Okay. That space junk will just remain in orbit, unfortunately. That's how it worked out this time. I normally try to time it so that I don't, but I didn't want to carry all that extra weight into orbit of Laythe, so it's fine. I mean, we're out here in the middle of nowhere. Space junk around Kerbal is a lot more serious than space junk floating out in the middle around Jewel somewhere. I'm telling myself that as I wring my hands in agony. And bingo. Alright. So now, that Delta V is draining. Okay, here we go. Let's get into orbit. It's going to cost another 500. Man, I hope we have enough to get home. Alright, here we go. Egads. And bingo. Alright. We're going to get ready to do this burn, then we'll call this episode quits, and we will do the Laythe landing and return in the next episode. But I wanted to get into orbit of Laythe this episode. Okay. So there we go. We are now in orbit of Laythe, and we are down to basically 1600 Delta V. Now, of course, when we remove the lander, it'll be a little bit less, but who are we going to take down? Are we going to take down the scientists, or a pilot and a scientist, or what? But let's go ahead and have somebody go out on a spacewalk. We'll have one of the scientists. We'll do Balder. Yeah, he's going to go on a spacewalk of Laythe. Yep. Awesome. Alright, I hope you are enjoying it there, Balder, because you are soon going to be going down to the surface. In fact, why don't you go ahead and let go. And, oh, I got him one of the good spacesuits. Awesome. Alright, so you go down here into the lander. Go ahead and grab that. Get on board. And then we'll take Han. Now we'll take Sean. She's going to go down to the surface. She's got one of the original suits. Alright, don't go crazy here, Sean. Alright, you come on down. So Sean and Balder are going to be heading down to the surface of Laythe. And bada bing, bada boom. That's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button and stay tuned for the next episode, in which we will detach this landing pod and we will enter the atmosphere of Laythe, land successfully, of course, and then return back to this mothership with no problems whatsoever. You can trust me. Trust me. Trust me on that. No problems. Alright, so I will see you guys next time. Bye. Kerbal's waiting by the window, vaguely looking down at their saw.